welcome back everybody to our Let's Play of RCT. There's something that's going to be a little bit different in this episode. Before we get started, you know what, we're going to go ahead and follow this guy. Actually, he doesn't seem too happy, so we're not going to follow him. No. Let's go ahead and find somebody fresh. Hopefully this guy. Yeah, he seems pretty yeah, I was about to say doable. Don't take that out of context. Yeah, he seems happy or normal at least. So we're gonna go ahead and follow him while we're at this. We'll just leave it up there. So the reason why this one's gonna be a little bit different is because I actually did record this park from beginning to end. At least I tried to. For 3 hours. And guess what happened? That's right. It didn't record. I don't know what happened. It freaking crashed and yeah, all gone. But hopefully, but thankfully, I had another idea. Might as well, show you guys around the part that I did finish and at least kind of have to walk, at least, I guess. Hopefully it will work. But I'll probably just walk you guys through on how I built the park. It's already done. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and start off in the main entrance point here. We got a little eating area here, of course. It's not a lot of theming, as of course I would expect. Like I said, I wasn't going to really go that much into theming, but at least try, at least put something there. Of course, you see this here that I did try to put some kind of at least similar to, theming wise. But anyway, yeah, if you did notice, you're gonna notice this a lot. It's gonna be like this giant row of trees. I don't know, I guess you could call that the midway, which technically it literally is the midway. A midway is just an alley or a road or a street at basically in a theme park that has rides or attractions on either end of its, street. So it's technically the midway of our Dynamite dunes here. So of course we have our typical scrambler ride, which is basically always that I kind of noticed that RCT always starts off with the scrambler. And something broke down. Yeah, you can kind of tell that. Of course, then we built this one. How I started off, I just built these 2 rides, plus the eating area. And then I moved on to this monstrosity over here. I did tell myself that I wasn't going to make this that intricate or that highly themed, which I kind of did a pretty good job of it, because actually it's not that much underground. It's just one drop and then just the final big splash. So that's the thing that I love about RCT, is that from the outside, it actually looks like a rather intricate ride, and there's like a lot of stuff inside that's going on. But no, it's just your typical run-of-the-mill lumber log jammer kind of ride. Oh yeah, and about the name, yeah, lumber mine plunge. Okay, so one, we're in the desert, so I don't really see that many trees that we can lumber. At least with these tropical ones here. And 2, why is there a mine? Why would there be a mine shaft for lumber trees? Whatever, it fit with the thing that I was going to, which of course the pre-made roller coaster that already was part of the park anyway, which was Dynamite Blaster here. So yeah, it fits the theme. Just don't mind my thinking here. But as you can see, the way I started off was, usually you don't have to start with the station first. What I basically did was I built the lagoon, and then of course I built the splashdown area, and then I actually built the drop first, and then of course going back into the station, technically right here, and then I just went on and just built the whole thing on the inside. So there's like another way to build something. You don't always have to start off with the station. Like if you're really trying to go for that themed area, try and make something like where it's like a focal point per se. It's like a place where guests will go and look at that ride and say, oh my god, that ride is so awesome, I want to ride that. Let's say, for instance, let's give an example, a water ride, for example, Splash Mountain. Let's look at the drop. I mean, you got the giant mountain, you see the people coming out of the hill, just like this one, and then you see like a giant briar patch, and then the fountains or whatever makes it look like you just splashed into the thorn bushes, you know. That is basically presentation. That's something to draw the guests into the park. And I guess if you want to get to a more, thematic look here, that's why I kind of added the lagoon. And, you know, I didn't theme it that much, but you can kind of tell it looks like a mine shaft, whatever, in the middle of the desert with lumber, which should be in the middle of a forest, but it's not. It's in the desert. Don't judge my theming. But whatever, yeah. Yeah, I think took up the most first whole half of the hour because, of course, I kind of ran out of money as I remember, oh crap, I'm in a scenario, I run out of money. So, of course, I didn't cheat. Of course, I didn't even know. I don't think there is any cheats to get any money in RCT 3. But, yeah, of course, I had to wait every so often to, you know, which is also annoying. Every time you, bring it up and down, you always lose money, even if you make a mistake. I'm kind of glad they got that fixed in RCT 3. But anyway, on to the tour. Kind of been, I've delved with this one too much, but you know, it's my baby. It's the part of the park that I, you know, worked most on. But anyway, I digress. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Right here, this was already here. Basically the mountains and the dunes. So pretty much just what I did was just made a simple go-kart racetrack and then just put just trees and whatever around it. Sandy Dunes Raceway is what I called it. You know, it's just simple. And then of course I made the I guess the Gravitron is the default name for this. I know it's named something else in RCT 3. I forgot though. But if you guys know, go ahead and mention in the comment section below and I guess correct me. But I don't know, like when I was building it, I kind of wondered, like, wait, doesn't this thing always have water? You know, like in RCT 3, they got water shooting up from underneath it, and you know, I think it kind of wets the gas, or it's just there for show. So I guess that's why I added a little water-like oasis here to fill in that gap. But yeah, onward, as you can tell, you know, rows and rows and rows of trees, rows and rows. Yeah, I didn't know what else to put, so that's what I basically put. It's really simple. I just made like this really long midway, and over the course of the game, I just added more and more rides to either side of the midway. So it's kind of like a cheat to make it look nice without having to, you know, have like one simple path. You know, like let's go ahead and have an example here. Let's just say like I guess I don't have any much room here, but you know how like they would just do this, and then they would just add rides next to it and make it all look all wonky and unpresentable. So, you know, if you're gonna at least make a straightway, at least make it, you know, like a pathway, a midway, kind of like this. If you've noticed, I've been doing that a lot in most of my parks, including RCT 3. So if I need like a straightaway, or if I'm not, you know, if I don't have any ideas for an entrance or whatever, you're gonna see a lot of this with either flowers or plants in the middle. Yeah, that's just my my way of making like a fancy path. So there's another tip for you there. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to the tour. We're gonna go ahead. Let's see. I did have to add some of this rides here. I've noticed that some of the sorry, I kind of lost my place here. But in this particular scenario, none of these people. Wait a minute. Oh, well, apparently the Ferris wheel is very, how do you say, popular. Because usually when I put down the, like the generic rides, they weren't doing so well. Like these, for instance, they weren't doing not so well at all. So I guess in this scenario, you have to focus more on thrill rides rather than these gentle rides. But apparently the Ferris wheel's doing good with itself. I guess probably because, I don't know. But the Haunted Mansion right here doesn't look like it's doing so very well either. And I guess the 3D Cinema either. Well, you know, let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see what's wrong. Let's see what these people are thinking. Oh, they can't afford it. That's what's going on. So I guess we could just go ahead and turn down the price to $1. It shouldn't be that bad. Oh, I got an award. Awesome. Don't care. But anyway, oh, these things. Oh, um, I don't know what I remember happening in RCT 3, but I remember the first time I tried building these things, and I shot this thing. Oh, we lost our guess, but whatever. Um, I shot this thing like way above the 56 mile per hour launcher, like way more than it should, and I'm like, oh my god, I crashed my ride. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So I think that was like the first experience that I had by destroying a ride. Not on purpose though. So I think, yeah, this is in for me. This was God, I'm just trying to look for the word. Infamous. Yeah, this is infamous as being my first ride that I destroyed unintentionally. But yeah, it's like I've noticed in this in RCT 1 and 2, it's a lot more easier to kill people as in RCT 3. We can't even kill people in RCT 3. But yeah, like there's like a specific wooden roller coaster. I don't think I have it. But yeah, there's like a specific roller coaster where it's not actually locked onto the track like these roller coasters are. It's like one of those old ones that really rely on gravity, and it's just actually just like a train. And if you make a hill larger than the other, it just like flies off and just crashes. That was just hilarious for me. Yeah, I know. I'm seriously sadistic and yeah, whatever. And I think also if you don't tend to your roller coaster so much, it would derail and crash. I think I remember that happening like in RCT2 where I was doing Extreme Heights. That one I remember so fondly. That one I spent so long in making that ride or in that park. It's not even funny. I failed so many times in that, and I saved so many times. But you know, I actually can't wait till we do Extreme Heights over at RCT2 once we reach it. But we're working on RCT1 for now, so whatever. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to. Let's see. Is that everything that I need to do here? You know what? Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. I've noticed that in this particular scenario, and I guess in most RCT scenarios in the first game, there's always this patch of people that just get lost and they just get stuck in this area, and all of a sudden you see like this blotch of people just walking around in a single area, and they're all unhappy and they're like, "Oh, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going." Yeah, the AI in this game is really stupid. But I don't know. I guess the way I alleviated it, I don't know how. I don't think I never even actually fixed it as way back in the day when I just had this game back in my childhood years or whatever you want to call it. But easiest way I alleviated it, I just built a path all the way around, so that now it's not just one way to go ahead and go to this park. You got like a whole other way to go around. But I guess that was like finally my way of finally fixing these people and their stupidity and getting their way around the rides. But I guess that's why. It's because the AI is just that, I mean, it's an old game, so I guess you can kind of excuse the AI for these people. Like, I remember, that's why we were trying to follow somebody, but like, I freaking forgot them. I shut them off or whatever. I think the other one would have been boring as heck, because it was 3 hours long, and I know I was going to make it a time-lapse video. But it was so boring because I was trying to look for other ways to entertain you guys. I try so hard. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I just at least try to find something to entertain you guys. And I kind of thought of an idea to follow somebody, like say for instance this person. And for like 10 minutes into the park, they were just right here. They were just walking around this circle, like for 10 minutes. Sometimes I would see them like go like this way, like yes, he's going to a right, and all of a sudden he goes into these things and he goes back. I'm like, no, you were going the right way. You were going on a ride, and whatever. I just left it there, and then I tended to my park, and then I finally noticed. I think it was heading for Dynamite Blaster, and I was like, oh, finally. And then after he's done with the ride, he goes on it. And then it was like this. He was blinking with thirst and hunger. He's like, no, I don't care if I'm too thirsty. I must ride this ride. It's just that good. And yeah, I think these guys would rather starve to death than go without going on the ride for like the 12th time in the day. But I don't know. I guess I can kind of feel guilty on that too. Oh, hey, we got a stuck coaster. But anyway, we'll get oh, there we go. Yeah, see, I got some good mechanics. But yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, again, I guess I can also again, not only excuse the AI, but you know, I can kind of do that too. I mean, I'm in Disneyland or Six Flags or whatever, and I'm in line, and I just want to, you know, go on this ride. I don't care how hungry I am or how thirsty I am. I'll just get this over with, and as soon as I'm done with it, you know, I'll go get something to eat or get something to drink. But yeah, that's basically how I deal with the parks. Um, yeah, and I've also noticed, like even before RCT3, I know we have families, but all these people are just single people just going to a theme park. I mean, you know, how do you guys feel about going to a theme park alone? I mean, I've worked at a couple of theme parks, so I have an excuse to go in a theme park alone, seeing as I work there, you know, and going on the rides, and I know all my coworkers. But, you know, for you guys, have you guys ever been to a theme park alone, and how did it feel like to go alone? If you have, anyway. Or if you would you go to a theme park alone? So, something to say in the comment section below. But, you know, let's see. You know what? Also, you know, I've kind of realized that I'm kind of thinking of a lot of stuff to say while I'm trying to give a, how do you say, a tour of this park. I mean, I know this seems a little forward, not really forward, but like uncalled for, and this is something that I should rather decide on my own. But you know, I'm making these videos for you guys, so I'm just wondering if the time-lapse video, I mean, I know it works. It works on some places, like in my RCT Let's Build, because all I really do is just build, you know, I rarely work on the park itself. But, I don't know, maybe I'll alternate. I don't know, but we'll see. If depending on what you guys like better, if you guys like the time-lapse videos, or if you guys like this tour of the park kind of thing. But yeah, go ahead and mention that in the comment section below. You know what? Let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the guest that I was following while I was trying to wait for this this scenario to end. I'm like, I already reached the goal like a year before it should happen, and then all I had to do now was sit back and pretty much manage the park, and hopefully it just doesn't drop the rating, or the guests don't say, oh, I want to go home now, and just leave, and then, you know, the whole scenario fails entirely. That's the one thing I hated. One time when I was playing this as a child or whatever, I'm like, oh, I reached the scenario. I finished the whole level. So I'm like, whatever. I'll just leave it for a while. I'll go on something else. I'll probably watch TV and let the game, you know, set its course until it wins. So like a couple hours pass by, and I go back to my computer and it says I failed. And I'm like, whoa. It's like, yeah, you can't even leave this game alone. I guess that's also why I kind of like this game too. It's you really do have to manage this park, unlike in RCT3. I mean, in RCT3, like if you fail it, you're like, ugh, you know, I just gotta fix this one thing and just fast forward through it, and then that's it. You would just, it's, yeah, again, like I know I'm repeating myself, but like that's what's not fun about RCT3 is just that, you know, if you're that close to finishing it, but you just failed just because, you know, the VIP just saw a freaking trash on the ground, and he was like, "Oh, I want to leave. You suck at making parks," and then you gotta wait a whole another year to have the VIP come back. All you gotta do is fast forward. You don't really have to manage it. But here, you know, it's everything. You really gotta manage this park. So I guess that's why I really like, scenario-wise, RCT 1 and 2 compared to RCT 3. But of course, building wise, of course, RCT3 again. Sorry again to repeat myself, but yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the subject. But anyway, guys, I guess that's it for this video. We're gonna go ahead and you know what? I'll try to do the time lapse video for the next one. I believe the next one. You know what? Let's go ahead and exit this out already. Start a new game. We don't have to save it. It's okay. Let's see what the next one is. Alright. Anyway, sorry to cut off there again. Something just happened, but yeah. Our next park we're going to be doing is Leafy Lake, so be sure to check that out. See you guys next time on this Let's Play of RCT, or Roller Coaster Tycoon. So we've reached the end of the video, and of course my favorite part of both my build and this new series is the Questionnaire and Slate. So anyway, let's go ahead and go on with the first one. However, before we do, um, stay close to the. I think it's the second question. I think I only have two anyway, but I think that might interest everybody. That might have a interest in one of my old builds that I previously did. But anyway, besides telling you guys that, let's go ahead and go on with the first question here. It comes from AJ1461. It says, "What year did you work at Magic Mountain?" There's a lot more there, but I think that's all I'm going to answer. But oh, actually, let's see here. There was a right operator. Yes, I'm reading. Yeah, it's also similar to. I think I never finished my story about Cyclone. But before we go on, he does ask what year I worked at Magic Mountain. Um, let's just say that I used to work. Um, it was when Tatsu was open. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, with Cyclone, I wasn't exactly a ride operator. I was they sent me around everywhere. I signed up for the front gate tickets, and then I don't know. They had this weird thing where like they had to they just sent you everywhere. I don't know how it is right now, but I was like sent to the parking, and I was sent to so many rides. I was sent to Scream. I was sent to Cyclone, like I said. I was sent to X2, or it was X at the time, but and Viper, which I do have a story about that. Oh, let's just say it right now. Let's say I was closing for Viper, and I had to walk up the stairs. Yes, the stairs on the side of the coaster. That yeah, I was deathly afraid of heights back then. Kind of am now. I don't know why I'm still into roller coasters yet. I'm still kind of afraid of heights, but I guess it's because I'm locked in my seat compared to climbing those stairs. But there's like a box panel on the left hand side there that I had to push in order to release the brakes. I think I remember that, but whatever. Um, so I had to climb up there. I had to go ahead and release the brakes or push a button, whatever. Um, and of course, there's a call box there too. So they called me there, and they're like, "Oh, wait, wait, right there. You have to stay there." I'm like, "Wait, what? What? Why? I pushed the button. Can I just go back down now?" And it was freezing cold up there. This was like I think in October, not October. That was when Fright Fest, so we wouldn't have closed that time. But it was cold. That much I know. Um, it was dark. Everything was off already, so the whole park was nearly dark. I mean, you still had some, maintenance lights on, but still. I had the chance to look around, just chill. I just sat there on the seat, and all of a sudden, I hear the chain going, and the coaster down at the bottom is starting to come up. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell are they doing? And the closer the coaster got to me, the more the hill or the the chain lift, the hill started shaking. Like you can't. I don't know why, but you can't feel that when you're on the ride. But when you're on the side of the stairs, the whole thing freaking shakes. I'm like, whoa, holy shit! Why are they doing this? What are they? Oh, what's going on? And I had to hold down. I don't know. I think it was either a joke they were trying to pull or whatever. Because I just told them I was afraid of heights. But whatever. That was an interesting experience. But yeah. About Cyclone, like I said, we had to like send. I think it was like maybe 13 people. It has to at least be a certain amount of people before we can send it out, unless it'll valley. But that thing shook a lot, especially when you're standing there on the station. Always have to loading them in. That thing shakes. Like I was afraid it was gonna collapse on us, and good thing they tore it down when they did. But yeah, for MJ1461, I didn't know. Was it Ninja? Yeah, I didn't know that thing valleyed at all. Yeah, I didn't know that thing would. That doesn't that thing mostly just downhill, but yeah. I think that's the only experience. It's like during my time at Six Flags, nothing really broke down for me. Nothing really valied for me, I guess. But yeah, anyway, thanks MJ1461 for your question. We're gonna move on to the next question. This one is coming from Gameaholic25876. What's with the numbers, man? No, I mean like you MJ1461, your numbers. What do we have numbers? But anyway, I digress. Whatever. Joke failed. Anyway, um, awesome series. Yes, thank you very much. And he has a question about the Pirates RCT3 ride. Now, for the new people, I made a teaser trailer that you know what, I'll probably post a private, not really private, but just a link. I mean, it's not off my channel, it's just not public anymore. But I guess if you're curious that you've never seen it before, go ahead and click uh, in the description where to find that the original trailer. I say original because I kind of have something here. It's not exactly a what's it called? It's not exactly a trailer. However, it does showcase my progress, so to speak. Um, I actually did started working on it, but then, as you know in the video, I don't know if you can see it in there in the video, but that's when I finally discovered how to bypass the let's see how do you say this collision mapping, collision detection kind of. It's like a collision detect. It's kind of like collision detection. You know how you kind of made if you make a roller coaster and you make it so close to the ground, and once you look at the coaster, it's exactly underground, but then when you actually build it, it kind of, it uh, not destroys, but like it lowers the ground enough so that you can make a tunnel, or if it makes a tunnel anyway. However, I made it so that none of that happens. Like the collision detection is not there. That's pretty much the same way how I did it for that the Orca ride in my theme park 101, where I made the dueling station or dual station. I made it look like all the track is they come together. Yeah, that's like, the collision detection's just meh, it's just void, so to speak. So with that one, I was able so that I can make the log flume ride, or the track, you know, parallel to the water, or what is that word? I'm not losing. Yeah, flush. There we go. It's like flush with the water, so that it's just, seamless. And then I finally discovered how to make custom scenery. Now, I do have a video, it's coming up right now, on the current progress of the ride. I only have the entrance queue, but then of course, I'm going ahead and think about continuing it, possibly either after Halloween, because of course I'm still doing the Halloween special. But yeah, I think I also the reason why I had to start it all over again was, of course, the custom scenery. I wanted to make it look exactly like the ride, and I'm not sure, but I think I remember running into a problem uh, right after the drop, and then of course you go through, and then you see the pirate ship, and then the um, the city, the town. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, the little village is being pillaged by the pirates. I ran into a bit of a problem there. I was trying to make like something look really similar. I think it was the castle, and like well, not really the castle, but there was like something there that I couldn't do with the custom scenery that I currently had. So I guess that's why I also started and made it my own custom scenery set. And just because, what the hell, why not? I can already do custom scenery now. And can make it look just like the ride. But of course, this one's going to take much longer than building it with pre-made custom scenery, because there's texturing, there's modeling, and there's even lighting, as you can see. I even made the lights. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. It's enough of the teasers for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Um, Again, thanks for watching, guys. If you have video is gonna be up hopefully soon for Halloween. I'll probably have it either early mid October by then, and then we'll go ahead and continue with the RCT 3. And I'm still gonna do this one. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.